Speak version equals 1.0 XMLNS equals http://www.w3.org/2001/10/synthesis. XMLNS. MSDTS equals https://www.w3.org/2001/MSDTS Lang equals NUS. Voice name equals NUS Neural. MSDTS. Express as style equals SAD. Style degree equals 1.8. Prosody rate equals -18%. Pitch equals -10%. I am 87 years old. I've spent most of my life thinking I was a good father to my family, a good husband to my wife, and a good man to my friends. But as I lay here in bed at night, staring at the ceiling and listening to the silence, I'm reminded of one regret that haunts me every single day. It started back in 1950 when I graduated from high school in small-town Ohio, where I grew up. I was young and foolish, full of pride and ambition. I wanted to make a name for myself, provide for my family, and leave a legacy that would last long after I was gone. I fell in love with a beautiful girl named Sarah, and we got married when I was 21. We had 3 children together, and Sarah was the perfect wife and mother. She took care of the kids while I worked long hours at the factory, trying to make ends meet. I thought I was doing everything right, providing for my family, and loving them with all my heart. But as I look back, I realize now that I was completely wrong. I was so focused on providing for them, on being the breadwinner, that I neglected them. I was always working, never had time for them, and when I did, it was just a quick dinner, a few words, and then off I went again. I didn't attend school events, didn't help with homework, and didn't even know some of their friends. I was too busy trying to be the successful man, the provider, that I forgot to be the father. My kids grew up with emotional scars, emotional voids that I created with my absence. They're good people now, successful in their own ways, but they still struggle with insecurity, with feeling unloved and unappreciated. And it's all because of me, because of my mistakes, because of my priorities. I remember one particular day when my son, John, came home from school, crying. He was in 2nd grade, and he had been picked on by a bully. I got home from work, saw him crying, and instead of comforting him, I scolded him for being weak. I told him he needed to toughen up, that life was going to be hard, and he needed to learn to deal with it. I was so caught up in my own ego, my own pride, that I didn't see the pain in his eyes. Nobody told me this, but I realize now that being a good father isn't about being tough, it's about being strong. It's about showing your kids that you care, that you love them, and that you're there for them. And I wasn't. As I look back on that incident, I wish I could turn back time, be the father I should have been. I wish I could have comforted John, hugged him, and told him that everything was going to be okay. But I didn't, and that's a painful truth that haunts me every day. But as I've grown older, I've come to realize that regret is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's a reminder of what I did wrong, of the pain I caused. But on the other hand, it's a reminder that I'm still here, that I still have a chance to make things right. I've been talking to my grandkids, sharing my stories with them, and I've seen the pain in their eyes too. But I've also seen the love, the forgiveness, and the understanding. They know that I'm a flawed man, that I made mistakes, but they also know that I'm trying to make it right. And that's the wisdom that I've gained over the years. Being a good man, a good father, isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. It's about showing up, listening, and loving. And I'm trying to do that now, even at 87 years old. I've written letters to my kids, apologizing for my mistakes, telling them how proud I am of them, and how much I love them. I've hugged my grandkids, holding them tight, and telling them that everything is going to be okay. And I've sat with my friends, sharing our stories, and laughing together. It's never too late to make things right, to be the father, the husband, and the friend that you should have been. And if this has reached your heart, please subscribe to my channel. I still have things to say, and I hope that you'll listen. If you're struggling with regret, with pain, or with forgiveness, I hope that you'll find comfort in my words. I'm not a perfect man, but I'm a man who cares. And I hope that you'll join me on this journey of regret, of painful truth, of wisdom, and of hope. If this reached your heart, please subscribe. I still have things to say. If you have kids, or if you're going to have kids one day, please take note. Being a good father isn't about being tough. It's about being strong. It's about showing up, listening, and loving. And if you're struggling with regret, please know that it's never too late to make things right. I wish I could turn back time, be the father I should have been. But I can't. All I can do is be here now, be present, and show up for those who need me. And that's what I'm going to do, every day, for the rest of my life. It's a long way from small-town Ohio, from high school, and from the early days of my life. But it's a journey that I'm proud of, a journey of regret, of painful truth, of wisdom, and of hope. And I'm not alone. If this reached your heart, please subscribe. I still have things to say, and I hope that you'll listen. And if you'll join me on this journey, I promise you that it'll be worth it. I promise you that you'll find comfort, forgiveness, and hope. /prosody, /mstts, express as, /voice, /speak.